The mother-in-law brought over a large bowl of dumpling filling and placed it in front of the daughter-in-law, expecting her to make dumplings for the whole family. The daughter-in-law could only nod obediently, not daring to make a sound. The husband, feeling sorry for his wife, walked over wanting to help share the burden. By then, the mother-in-law's face had already changed. At that moment, she threw the dirty dishes into the sink and immediately walked over. Ji-yoon quickly got up and quietly urged her to leave. As a result, the mother-in-law spoke with hidden meaning, and the daughter-in-law hurriedly explained that he usually does these chores at home. Ji-yoon could only smile awkwardly. The next day, before dawn, Ji-yoon heard the sound of the mother-in-law clanging pots and pans while cooking. She hurried to help, only to find out that the mother-in-law actually had a gift for him. Taking the blue bag, Ji-yoon couldn't believe it because she had never received a gift from her mother-in-law before. However, upon opening it, she realized it was a free gift from the bank, an apron. In fact, the mother-in-law had only discovered it was an apron after receiving the gift, and the daughter-in-law was the most suitable person in the family for this gift. Later, Ji-yoon put on the apron and began a day of endless busyness. Finally, after serving the whole family's meal, the parents-in-law were watching TV, and the husband was playing with the children. Ji-yoon still had to peel apples for her in-laws. Fortunately, the husband noticed his wife's hard work and quietly walked over to tell Ji-yoon that the luggage was all packed, and once she finished these tasks, they could go home. Ji-yoon was overjoyed, finally liberated. At that moment, the eldest sister-in-law unexpectedly returned with her family in tow. Seeing that the plan to go home had fallen through, Ji-yoon had no choice but to go back to the kitchen and work. She let out a deep sigh, her inner anger value already at its limit, but she dared to be angry, yet not dared to speak. Later, the mother-in-law was still ordering him around, asking Ji-yoon to bring dumplings and tableware for the eldest sister-in-law to try. Then, right in front of the daughter-in-law, she expressed sympathy for her daughter's hardships at her in-laws and said she must enjoy blessings now that she's back home, completely disregarding Ji-yoon's feelings. Looking at the happy family and herself, who was like a maidservant, Ji-yoon fell silent. Suddenly, she untied her apron and started speaking nonsense, but Ji-yoon's husband seemed to be used to it. He quickly picked up their daughter, said there was a reason for everything, and that he would explain to them later. Then he pulled his wife and hurriedly left, leaving behind a group of stunned in-laws. As a result, on the way home, when Ji-yoon woke up, she had no recollection of what had just happened, and the husband also tactfully didn't mention a word. It turned out that Ji-yoon had spoken nonsense as if possessed more than once. After consulting a doctor, they learned that the wife had schizophrenia, and the reason Ji-yoon got sick was all because of her father.